after letting Mac have free reign in the last two vlogs, I'm back to restore some order. And today, we're at a brand new place for our gold digging vlog. We are at Whitchurch for their fixture against Newport. He's back. He's back.
Tell Craig's back, I'm having a drink of Foster's. The clubhouse at Whitchurch United is located just inside the ground, so you've got the pitch just out the window over there, the main entrance you come through. Interesting thing about this clubhouse is if you go through to the other side, actually, there's an indoor bowls lawn, which you can see through the windows. You'll see from the shots of that, which is something I've never experienced before on our non-league travels. Like I said, as an intro, we got Foster's. It was about £8 for 2 pints, which is pretty reasonable. But then you can have a cruise campo or an Inch's cider if you prefer that, or an Amstel. And there's a variety of soft drinks behind the bar as well. Inside, got a bit of Sky Sports on the telly, watching Blackburn against Cardiff right now, and pool table which is covered up at the minute, and some dartboards. But what I also like is there's a couple of kegs over there. I'm not quite sure what's in the kegs. It's got bitter and bitter. I'm not a bitter drinker, but if that's your thing, I imagine trying some of the local wares is pretty good when you go down to the football. Very good club.
So this is Longmeadow, home of Whitchurch United Football Club, just on the outskirts of the town as you come in from the A34. The main feature of this ground is obviously the big slope on the pitch, which dominates one corner of the ground. But it's also got a nice little old school stand around about the halfway line, as well as a really good clubhouse that also straddles the halfway line as well. Really good facilities.
Joined by Matt Stang, the chairman of Whitchurch United FC. Tell us a little bit about Whitchurch.
We're a local club. We've got a large youth following. We've got a number of youth teams. We've got about 170 children playing for us, and obviously we've got the first team as well, who are currently playing Division 1 in Wessex League. So, yeah.
And your role as chairman, tell us a little bit about what that role sort of entails.
What doesn't it entail? It's from washing the kits, making sure the kits are washed, filling in team sheets, being supportive to the various managers that we have here. Really sort of hoping to kind of lead the club forward. We've got ambitions, as everyone does in the Wessex League, so it's really all-encompassing.
You mentioned the managers. Ben Dillon's come in recently this month, and your form's really picked up, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got some really good results. We felt that we needed to make a change. Ben's got a really good pedigree. He's really good with the lads. We've got some new signings in, and yeah, we've had some good results. So we're starting to work our way up the league, which is very good.
And this is a ground topping vlog, so finally, tell us, what would you say to anyone who fancies coming down to Whitchurch United?
Please come down. We're a family club. We welcome everybody here. We play good standard of football, nice people here, good food, and there's a bar, so what could be better?
Exactly.
Edward?
Thomas?
It's good to be back on the vlog after letting you have some rain for 2 games on it. And although you forged well ahead in the goals competition, although I don't agree with the Twitter poll, because that was done against my knowledge. So
Democratic, Craig, it's democratic.
Democratic, well yeah, it works for Trump I guess, so it'll work for Matt. But, yeah, as Matt's more bothered about his total than I am, I'll let him have it, because no doubt I'll be filming some goals today. But yeah, after wasting my time watching Everton last week, less said about that the better. I am now back on the Wessex League focus. New town today, Matthew, Whitchurch, first time I've been here. Had a good little drive through town,
very
saw
nice.
The Bombay Sapphire Distillery. God, how many times am I going to practice saying that? But yeah, I've had a good drive around town. It's been very good, isn't it?
Yeah, nice little place actually.
Yeah. very nice ground. First impressions, nice people here, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've done Newport quite a few times on our vlog, and we will be doing them quite a few times coming up, because I think they're coming up twice in December on our as the away team on our trips. But today, Whitchurch, we've seen them once or twice, haven't we? But not officially, or not much on our vlogs.
No.
Tough starts to the season for them, but what I must say about them is that although they are, you know, second from bottom, third from bottom, their goal difference isn't too bad. They've only conceded 23 goals in 13 games, so they're only losing by the odd goal, aren't they?
Yeah.
So their games are tight. They're just coming on the wrong side of them.
Yeah, I think that's been due to the start as well. I mean, Damo Hack's been replaced as manager, and Ben Dillon's come in, and since he's come in, they've taken 8 points from the last 5 games. Their last 3 was a 2-0 defeat to Verwood last week, but they've beaten Tottenham 1-0 and beaten Lymington 2-1 previously. Their top scorer is Brett Drenham. He's got 4 in 9 this season, but he scored 17 in 22-23 and 24 goals last season, so they have got that firepower.
Yeah.
It's just about kicking on all cylinders. Obviously, Ben's brought in some new signings as well, and Armitage is coming from Fleet Town, James Batchelor from Tadley Cavella, Jacob Pazzi's on a duel from Basingstoke, and Finley Hill's coming to supplement the squad to start with. And I think it's showing dividends already for them.
Yeah, and also like with Newport as well, I've had a good chat with the chairman beforehand.
Yep.
Always nice to chat to him. But they've had a lot of changes, haven't they, over the summer for the good.
Yeah, Steve Brotham, the manager, has been there a long time. He's sort of moved upwards to oversee sort of football operations. So it's the new managers are Martin McDonough, who had to retire through injury last season, and Joe Butcher, who's one of their key players as well, so he's player managing. So that team seems to work, and they know the lads from last season, and
good.
you can see
they're
now 6th in the league. They finished 12th last season, so they've progressed well. Their last 3 games was a 1-1 draw with Cove at home, away to Ringwood, a 1-1 draw and a 4-0 win at home against Aldermaston. Jordan Brown has got 9 in 12, he's their top scorer, but it's the return of G Nash, who was at East Cowes Vics last season, 24 and 33 for them.
Yeah.
And that just failed the playoff push. He's back at the club, and he's got 5 in already this season. But they've also got one of the better goalkeepers in the league, Leon Pittman. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. We saw him last season. He's very agile, tall, come on to box well. And you can see why Newport have really progressed from last season with what's been going on off the pitch, kind of sorted in the background now, and it's just the team can focus on football.
Yeah, exactly. So here's to a good game today, and we'll see how this slope plays out.
Open up, Henry! Henry, behind you!
Good miss pass.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't mind that, mate, crackers! Go in the second ball! Hey! Unlucky!
Now that their winning streak of being in the championship's over, they've finally realised that it's not going to be a better race.
Good, go on, give it him, Crackers, go on, give it him! Crackers, great law!
That was a great ball.
Crackers, fucking good, mate!
That was a chance. Is that even in the D?
Ooh!
Henry, open up! Five yards! lucky.
Good delivery.
Hey, good luck.
Working!
He's Neville Southall when I got the camera. And then it turned into late 90s Neville Southall when you had the camera. I stand corrected. That was a good ball. He is Whitchurch 1, Newport 1. Been a very good first half of football overall, I thought. Both teams showing good attacking intent. I think Whitchurch had the better of the first quarter of the game. I think they used the advantage of playing on the massive downhill slope and they to their advantage. I think Newport struggled a bit to cope with that initially, but they have certainly come into the game as the last quarter's worn on, and they should, feel very unlucky not to be ahead if it wasn't for the Whitchurch goalkeeper pulling off a few good saves, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, they scored after about 2 minutes. It was Finley Hall. The guy who's been signed by Ben Dillon. You can see why he's brought him in, very pacey. He managed to get through, sort of put into the corner. Then after the two forwards for Whitchurch, Hall and Sam Freeman, looked very lively. They were putting the back three for Newport under a lot of pressure. But as the game wore on, like you said, Newport sort of grew into it. Sorry, I'm just trying to read my writing. Joe Craig almost curled one in, went just wide. He had one disallowed for offside as well. But like you said, it was Aaron Buffton in goal for Whitchurch. He pulled off some absolutely brilliant saves.
Really good saves, plus another one just there on half time. Yeah,
so this could be anyone's game second half, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Newport did equalise, didn't they?
Yes, they did, actually.
Yes, Joy Nash with a goal for them. Good cutback by Joe Craig, who I think has been very good for Newport in midfield, just to put them level.
See what happens when I go away for 2 vlogs.
Tripod. I get it. Two really good average sides that'll have their teams ripped apart in the next few years. Shoot, that's time. I should have volleyed it. Number 10 and Joe Butcher's number 11.
Who's this guy?
Joe Butcher. Good touch. Great touch. I really missed that through.
Well done. Use it. Come on.
Be an official bloody plan for this. I'm thinking, well, your history suggests you won't get from there.
No, we don't have it.
They've had a bit of a tell us a little bit about your thoughts of the game.
I felt like we started sharp, we started well, obviously going 1-0 up. At 1-0 we had 2 really good chances to score, which we should have scored, both 1v1s. We missed both, allowed them back into the game. But at half time you're still well in the game. Came out, started sloppy, started slow, which obviously ended up killing us. Went 3-1 down, and again, games are won in moments, right? And then at 3-1 we have a one-on-one. Keeper makes a great save, to be fair. But again, we should be scoring. And then 20 minutes left at 3-2. It's a completely different game again. Once we made it 4-2, I felt like we had a foothold in the game again. I thought we were applying a lot of pressure, and then we get sin bin. And again, you fall flat again. So it's these moments, but we're young, and there's a lot of work to do here. And it's just building blocks each week, taking the positives out of every game. And there was a lot of positives today. The result isn't what I wanted, but in moments we are improving. And there's a lot to build on, but we just got to go back to training ground and keep working.
I'm going to mention Adrian Buffton, the goalkeeper today, pulled off some absolutely amazing saves. How important is he to you guys?
Yeah, he did make some good saves. Yeah, Buff's experienced. He's a big part of the dressing room. He's a character. Yeah, and again, in their moments, he did help us, and he did pull off some good saves. And frustratingly for the back line, they'll look at the centre forwards and say he should be scoring the chances we had. And yeah, it's one of them. If we score our chances today, I think we win the game, but we didn't, and you guys were ruthless in front of goal, and that was the difference.
Also, since you've come into the club, you've picked up points. How do you plan to keep that momentum going, sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we are very young. We've got 5 that would have probably started today that aren't available today due to injuries and other commitments. So today was also going to be difficult, but yeah, it's progress, and each week that's all we look for. Each week we look for progress. Again, today there are lots of positives, so we just take that and try and build on it. And our job this season is to stay up. Hopefully we can do that. Next year, build again. So, today against you guys wasn't a game that we thought, that's definitely a 3-pointer. But like I said, we're just looking to take positives each week and build on that.
That's brilliant. Thanks very much for your time, mate. Right, Joe, 4-2 winners today, I should say. Tell us a little bit about the game.
So obviously a bit of a awkward start in the morning. 2 boats cancelled, so we're a bit delayed in our prep. We got here sort of rush to warm up. To be fair, if you watch the first 10-15 minutes back, it probably looks like that was the case. They obviously went 1-0 up, sloppy goal, but we were in the wrong position for sort of our whole shape. Then as the half went on, I think we sort of started to grow into it. We got pretty on top. I watched their highlights last week, and they looked like they were a bit dodgy from set pieces, so we wanted to keep their defence under a lot of pressure aerially. So we won 1 at half time, and then second half, as soon as we came out, early goal from a set piece, and after that it was just sort of smooth sailing until the last 10 minutes. To be fair, it's that old cliche, when they go down to 10 men, I think a few of our lads switched off, thought the game was probably already won, didn't have to keep working. But fair play to them, they put us under a lot of pressure with 10 men. So.
Particular mention for Joe Craig, I thought was brilliant in midfield today, and he got his goal as well. How important is he to your side?
Yeah, Joe's massive. Obviously, a few years ago we were on our title charge, he was a big player then, 20 plus goals from midfield, so that's obviously a big contribution. Been away for a bit, he got injured last year, didn't play loads of games, so he's just been working his way back to fitness, but I think as you can see today, he's starting to get back into it, starting to look sharper.
And obviously you and Marty took over in the summer. How are you finding management?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I'm still playing at the minute. Marty seems to have slided away from doing the interview, so I'll do it. But I've enjoyed it, to be fair. It's something I always thought about doing, maybe not so early in my career, but the way I see it now, it's like 2 birds with 1 stone almost.
Yeah.
I can still play, and I get to see if I actually enjoyed managing or not, and so far, yeah, it's been good.
FT was Whitchurch to Newport 4. What a great game of football that was, I thought. Really good end-to-end game, and you thought at one point Newport were just going to run away with the game, wouldn't you? They could have probably scored several if they wanted to, but then fair play to Whitchurch, but they got that penalty, didn't they, with about 15-20 minutes to go, and they gave it a good go at the end, to be fair, so it was a really good competitive game of football.
I think it was kind of end-to-end stuff, really. I mean, towards the end of the game, the penalty for Whitchurch was scored by number 6, Zach Rugman. I think he had quite a good game. He was very feisty sort of in midfield. He took the penalty really well. Newport sort of capitalised really quick opening to the second half, corner in from the left. It was headed home by Mikey Thompset. Then it was 3-1. And I believe the goal was Joe Craig, who I thought was absolutely brilliant for Newport midfield. He was sort of driving forward, he was dynamic, he was on the front foot constantly. Bit of a mix-up at the back for the fourth Newport goal. Goalkeeper Aaron Buffton sort of collided with Sol Kersey. And Aaron, just a quick comment on Aaron Buffton. How good was he in goal for Whitchurch? He was actually brilliant, I thought.
Yeah, polished performance.
Yeah, very good. But Joe Butcher tapped it home. But you can see Newport play some really good stuff at times, and you can see why they're sort of up in 6th place.
Yeah, even when they were 1-0 down early, they didn't let their heads drop.
No.
They stayed calm, and they eventually slowly got themselves back into the game, and they never looked back when they equalised. But really good game of football, I thought, today. It's probably one of the best ones we've seen this season, and we've shared the goals on camera as well.
Yep.
We have our own tallies for that. But yeah, no, it's a good day out, isn't it? Really good trip. I like these new grounds that we do. We've been well looked after here, and we've got plenty of interviews.
I mean, everyone at Whitchurch really friendly. Matt the chairman's brilliant. Ben took time to talk to us after the game as well, the manager. The guy is just behind the bar, really friendly club.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming down to anyone.
100%. It's definitely worth a day out, and easy to get to. You can get to by train or car. And next Saturday we're doing another new ground. First visit to Fleetland.
Why are you still filming?
Quite sort of
Oh, for fuck's sake!